Who is the enemy? He says, rise up to do battle. Krishna's instruction. These are his first instructions in the Bhagavad Gita. In the scripture, the first and the end, extremely important. What is the end? What is the final instructions? This is important. If we look at the beginning and look at the end, what is Krishna's real mood? We said in the beginning, we want to approach this from the perspective of the Brajbasis. Sarva dharman parityaja mamekam sharanam braja. Showing that he is not merely telling us to do family sangsar, like worldly dharma, as people think of it. That is not the instruction. Krishna in the end, why is he saying dakto tishta parantapa? In the very beginning, he's saying you have to sometimes fight with your family. Otherwise, if he was speaking of something else, dharma, he would not say, get up and fight and give up this impotence. Arjuna has spoken a whole chapter saying, I don't want to fight for this reason, that reason, this reason, that reason. And most people would say these are good reasons. And a lot of them are. He doesn't want to break society, break the, structure. All the women and children will be, like orphaned. All the men are being slaughtered in this war. But Krishna says, do not think about this. So Krishna is saying, no, you must rise up and fight. And in the end, he says, Sarva dharman parityaja, give up these ordinary dharmas. Again, this goes to the Bhagavatam. It's connected. Sarva dharman parityaja. What is the second verse of Bhagavatam? Dharma projita kaitava. Give up false dharma, which is cheating only. Agyan tamira naam kahiya kaitava. Dharma artha kama moksha vancha adi shab. The greatest form of cheating is false religiosity in the name of religion, sense enjoyment, development of only material prosperity and possessions without godliness, without spirituality, only as a means to an end, and then they discard God. This is all cheating religion. Therefore, Krishna is saying, do not follow this. Sarva dharman parityaja, give it up. And what is the real dharma? Manmana bhava madbhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru. Offer your mind and heart in relationship with me. Then you will be truly happy. Arjuna, the Vaishnavas always say when they talk about the beginning, why is Arjuna under delusion? Every time the Vaishnavas speak about Bhagavad Gita in the beginning, chapters. Why is this? Krishna saying, the first word Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita. Very interesting thing. Where has it come from? Kutastva. Where has this consciousness come to you from? It's very strange. I don't have this idea, and you're with me, you don't have this idea. Where's it come from? Kutastva kashmalamidam. Where has this impurity come from? Kashmalam means delusion, but it also means something that's impure, something that's dirty. Dirty consciousness, polluted consciousness. When it's polluted, you can't see clearly. So where has this polluted consciousness come from? At this critical moment. And the Vaishnavas tell us, Arjuna, because of, he wanted to, his kind of sentimentality, not fully trusting in Krishna, he said, no, Krishna, take me out into the midst of the battlefields. I want to see both sides. And wherever you direct your consciousness, it mirrors back. Consciousness is like a mirror. Cheto dharpana marjanam, clean the mirror of the heart. So Arjuna said, no, let me see both sides. I want to see those who are opposed. In the 16th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna teaches Daiva Asura Sampada Yoga, knowing the difference between those with devotee qualities and demonic qualities. In this age, they're all mixed up inside of us. That's why we want to direct our consciousness to Sadhu Guru Vaishnav. Then what will mirror back at us is their pure consciousness. So Rupa Goswami says that Anuragi Jana Anugami, meditate on the Brajbasis, the Vaishnavas who are the Brajbasis, as much as you can meditate on them. You meditate on yourself, or you think, oh, I'm a devotee, they're the demons. And you meditate on how good I am, but I also have bad qualities inside me. And so I'm reflecting that. The consciousness is a mirror to the soul. I mean, the soul is not just consciousness. Consciousness is the Cheta. Cheto dharpana marjan. Therefore, we want to clean that mirror. How do we clean it? Direct our consciousness towards those things which are pure. Tulasi Devi, Ganga Devi, Jamuna Devi, Giriraj. They are present. Actually, they're the most important, Vaishnavas say. Because they're so merciful, they're still here. Krishna is hard to be with directly. Through his name we can be with him. But without Tulsi, we cannot even be with him through his name. That's why we grasp hold of Tulsi Devi. And with her shelter, we take Krishna's name. Jamuna Devi, Ganga Devi. This purifies our consciousness. So Arjuna, he went into the midst of the battlefield and he directed his consciousness at those who were opposed to Krishna and the devotees, even though they may seem very good. But because they're opposed to Krishna and his desire and his will, therefore his consciousness became contaminated. That is where this delusion came from. Therefore it's important. The first thing Krishna is saying is, the first words in the Bhagavad Gita is Krishna's teachings, not Arjuna's teachings. It's not Arjuna Gita. So the beginning is introduction. Krishna's first thing he says is, where has this contaminated consciousness come to you from? And the Vaishnavas teach us, Krishna is indicating, he was fine. But then he said, take me in the middle. And I'm going to look at everybody and hear all of their ideas and think of all their consciousness. Think of all their different mentalities. And then it all comes within me and then I become pagal. I become confused. So therefore, Krishna is directing Arjuna, come back to pure consciousness. Anarya justam asvargyam. This path that these people are taking you to is leading only to infamy. The mundane sentimentality of people without God in the center, Krishna in the center, only leads you down to a degraded path. Krishna is saying nothing is bad, but put Krishna in the center. And if Krishna is not in the center, then everything is leading you down. Asvargyam. Asvargyam is meaning the opposite of the upward path. We know that the planetary systems reside in the chakras in the body. It's all connected. Microcosm, macrocosm. The universe is in the man. The man is in the universe. It's within. So if we want to go down or up, it's our choice. But we must properly direct our consciousness. Therefore, Krishna says, where has this come from? And then he says, come back to me. Bring me back to the center and listen to my instructions.